What if I whispered to you that beneath the sands of time, beneath the tombs of pharaohs who ruled empires, there grew a simple berry that held secrets to their enduring strength? A forgotten fruit that witnessed dynasties rise and fall, yet never faded itself. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a lost berry, ancient as the pyramids, resilient as the desert wines, waiting in the shadows of history to share its gifts with those entering their most golden years. This is no ordinary tale of gardening. This is the whisper of elderberry, Sambucus nigra, a perennial superfruit that sustained kings, outlived empires, and asks almost nothing in return for a harvest that never ends. Today, I invite you to step into our eternal grove where forgotten wisdom blooms anew. If you seek vitality without strain, wellness woven through ancient roots, stay with me, for this lost berry may be the companion your serene twilight years have been calling for. And if this whispers to your spirit already, like and subscribe, so more timeless tales can find you in the quiet moments. Let us walk back, far back through corridors of time to the banks of the Nile where papyrus scrolls crackled with healers' secrets. The ancient Egyptians knew elderberry intimately. In Pharaoh-era remedies, scrolls speak of dark clusters gathered from sacred groves, crushed into elixirs to ward off the weariness that steals vitality from aging bones. They called it the guardian plant, the elder's gift. Picture this: priests in temple gardens, tending bushes heavy with midnight purple berries, preparing tonics for those entering their later seasons, remedies for stamina when the body whispers for rest, for sharpened memory when fog threatens to settle. Egyptian folklore tells of elderberry's mystical properties, how it stood sentinel between the world of vitality and decline. Pharaohs who sought to outlive rivals to maintain their divine strength through decades of rule turned to this humble shrub. Its berries graced royal tombs, offerings for eternal journeys, symbols of life that persists beyond mortal endings. But Egypt was merely the beginning of elderberry's legend. As empires shifted like desert sands, this ancient vitality secret traveled. Roman soldiers carried it through conquered lands, planting it in distant groves. European villages whispered of the elder tree, surrounding it with reverence and folklore. Never cut it down, they said, for the elder mother dwells within, guardian of wisdom and healing for those in their autumn years. Medieval healers gathered its blossoms and berries, crafting remedies for the ailments that visit us as time marks our faces. Envision clusters heavy with echoes of pharaohs' feasts, berries that witnessed Caesar's Rome, survived the plague, endured through ages when modern medicine was but a dream. This perennial superfruit thrived through droughts that turned rivers to dust, through wars that razed cities, through centuries when humans forgot its name, yet elderberry remembered itself. And then mysteriously it faded from common gardens. Why did this timeless gem slip into shadows? As flashy modern fruits claimed attention, as fast trends swept away patient wisdom, elderberry became the lost berry, overlooked despite outliving every empire that abandoned it. The very resilience that made it eternal made it seem too simple, too old-fashioned for a world obsessed with novelty. But here's what those hurrying past never understood: the forgotten often holds the most profound gifts for those wise enough to listen. So why did elderberry outlive pharaohs? What ancient intelligence is coded in its very roots? The answer whispers through every branch: adaptability without compromise. While delicate fruits demand constant care, elderberry asks only for existence. Its roots deepen year after year, drawing strength from Earth's memory, storing resilience for seasons yet to come. Drought, it slumbers, conserves, survives. Harsh winters, its hardy wood endures, returning with spring's promise. This is a plant that learned patience across millennia, a guardian that thrives on neglect, that strengthens through seasons rather than weakening. In elder lore, this berry was a guarded secret, knowledge passed hand to hand among those who understood. True vitality doesn't shout or rush. It waits, it endures, it offers itself quietly to those entering their serene twilight years. The plant became synonymous with the stage of life it served, elderberry for elders entering their golden years, a mystical symmetry that folklore recognized. Yet as modern agriculture chased exotic imports and grocery aisles filled with fruits requiring chemical warfare to survive, elderberry's gentle strength seemed insufficient to hurried eyes. Its tendency to thrive without drama, to produce abundantly without begging for attention, made it invisible to a world that mistakes difficulty for value. The lost berry slipped into gardens of the forgotten, waiting for those who finally understand. The best companions for senior wellness don't demand what aging bodies struggle to give. They offer instead, perpetually, faithfully, year after year, the gifts of better vitality for golden years. Are you beginning to feel the whisper? This isn't just about a plant. It's about rediscovering ancient wisdom that modern haste nearly buried forever. Now let me share how this hardy guardian becomes your companion with no digging, no bending, no battle with earth and time. Imagine this, a young elderberry shrub perhaps knee-high when you welcome it home. You need no vast garden, a wide pot on a sunny balcony, a raised bed at comfortable height, even a corner of patio where morning light lingers. Choose light, well-draining soil, something that lets water pass through like time itself. Plant your shrub at a level where you can reach without strain, perhaps elevated so your hands need never touch ground. And then you simply let it become. This is golden years gardening at its most mystical. Elderberry's roots deepen year after year, establishing a foundation that requires less and less from you while giving more and more. The first season, perhaps a gentle watering when soil feels dry, but as roots embrace their space, even this fades. Natural mulching, a simple layer of leaves or straw holds moisture, feeds soil, asks nothing of your back or knees. For those in wheelchairs or with limited mobility, consider this: elderberry adapts to your world. Plant it in a half-barrel raised to perfect height. Position it where paths allow easy access. Its branches spread within reach, heavy with clusters that practically offer themselves to your gentle hands each late summer. No ladders, no stretching toward unreachable limbs, this perennial superfruit understands accessibility. And here's the magic that makes elderberry the ultimate senior wellness companion: it gets easier every year. While annual crops demand replanting, restarting, exhausting cycles of effort, your elderberry strengthens. Second year brings more branches. Third year, more abundant clusters. Fifth year, a small tree of vitality that asks only that you harvest what it freely gives, producing 10, 20, even 30 years with minimal care. Truly an eternal harvest. Picture yourself in future springs, watching familiar branches burst with cream-colored blossoms, themselves useful for gentle teas. Then late summer arrives and clusters of dark berries bow their heads like offerings, ready for your easy collection. A basket beneath, a gentle shake, and they fall like jewels into your hands. No strain, no complicated tools, just you and a living legend, sharing space, sharing time. This is how lost berries outlive not just pharaohs but our own mortal hurry, by inviting us to slow down, to partner with persistence rather than fighting it. But why, beyond ease, should elderberry grace your golden years? Let the ancient folklore whisper its gentle gifts. These midnight clusters hold what Egyptian healers recognized: nature's way of nurturing body and soul in later chapters. Modern understanding now echoes ancient wisdom. Elderberries contain antioxidants far richer than everyday fruits, compounds that support what seniors seek most: calm energy without jitters, sharper recall when memory grows misty, restful nights when sleep becomes elusive. Folklore speaks of elderberry as a mystical elixir, and perhaps there's truth in those whispers. Better than common berries for supporting vitality, its gentle compounds work with aging bodies rather than against them. A simple syrup made by simmering berries with honey becomes a daily ritual of self-care, one spoonful each morning, like receiving a blessing from those Egyptian priests who knew what golden years require. There's something deeper here, though, something beyond what science can measure. When you harvest from a plant you've tended, even minimally, you're connecting to cycles older than pyramids. Your hands touch what pharaohs' hands touched. You're participating in an eternal grove that spans time itself, joining countless elders who found peace in this simple act. This is wellness as the ancients understood it, not fought for but received, not purchased but grown, not temporary but timeless. The very act of watching your elderberry thrive, of witnessing its seasonal dance, brings the serenity that eludes those still chasing, still rushing, still forgetting that the best vitality comes from alignment with nature's patient rhythms. Feel that? That's the whisper of better days ahead, rooted in wisdom that outlived empires. And so, dear friend, walking through your golden years, we return to where we began: a lost berry that doffed time, waiting in shadows for those wise enough to remember. Elderberry didn't just outlive pharaohs, it understood what they sought: enduring strength, vitality that doesn't fade, connection to something eternal when mortality whispers close. And now this ancient superfruit offers the same gifts to you, asking only a small space in sun, rewarding you with decades of effortless harvests and gentle wellness. Plant your own legend. Let this perennial guardian deepen its roots beside you as you deepen into your most serene years. Discover why this forgotten wisdom resonates so powerfully for senior wellness, because it honors where you are, what you can give, and what you deserve in return. If this whisper touched your heart, share it with a loved one seeking serenity. Subscribe to Eternal Grove Whispers for more timeless tales that modern haste forgot. Leave a comment telling me, will you invite elderberry into your golden years? What other lost legends should we unearth together? May this lost berry bloom in your heart and soon, in your garden, offering vitality that outlasts everything except love itself. Soft wind through leaves fatting. Until the next gentle whisper from the grove, be well, be vital, be timeless.